Elon Musk and Bill Gates are among the most famous innovators of our time. They're both forward thinkers, smart, and opinionated. Sharing these characteristics, you would think that they would see eye to eye on most things. But in actuality, the relationship between these two has always been less than friendly for the most part. This makes the notion of a partnership between them nearly impossible, which is why it's all the more shocking when the Microsoft billionaire announced a partnership with Elon Musk out of nowhere. The Tesla and SpaceX titan and the Microsoft billionaire have never had a decent relationship and have always been open about their spats and mudslinging. They've bickered over everything, from electric vehicles to climate change. In an interview with YouTuber Marquise Brownlee, Bill Gates admitted that while Tesla had a prominent role in the development of the auto industry and had encouraged the reception of electric vehicles, Gates himself chose to purchase a Porsche Taycan as his first EV, effectively implying that he isn't an aficionado of Tesla's contributions. Further, in another interview, this one with French YouTuber Hugo Decrypte, Gates defended his record on climate change philanthropy while questioning the benefits of electric vehicles. Gates told the YouTuber, "I give a lot more to climate change than Elon or anyone else," to which Musk only replied with a sigh on Twitter. While these wars of words between the two tech giants have never been as serious, their public feud only escalated when they fought about the recent pandemic. The two of them had a fundamental disagreement about the coronavirus. As major players in virus treatment and vaccine, Gates and Musk's public crashes carried even more weight in February 2020. In a meeting on CNBC's Squawk Box, Gates, who pledged $100 million to fight the virus via the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, took issue with Musk's controversial remarks on COVID-19 and implied that Musk shouldn't be talking about the pandemic by any means. Gates said, "Elon's positioning is to maintain a high level of outrageous comments. He's not much involved in vaccines. He makes a great electric car and his rockets work well, so he's allowed to say these things. I hope that he doesn't confuse areas he's not involved in too much." Since March 2020, Musk has downplayed the severity of the coronavirus and has been very outspoken about his opinion. He claimed that the panic over the virus was dumb, endorsed a malaria drug called hydroxychloroquine as a potential treatment for COVID-19 patients despite lack of scientific evidence, and promoted misinformation, saying that kids are essentially immune from the virus. Additionally, Musk also criticized stay-at-home orders, saying that it's breaking people's freedoms in ways that are horrible and wrong. Defending against Gates' criticism, Elon Musk called Gates a knucklehead in a podcast interview with the New York Times. That's right, the richest man on the planet called the Microsoft billionaire a knucklehead, taking their feud up a few notches. Gates said something about me not knowing what I was doing, Musk said. It's like, hey knucklehead, we actually make the vaccine machines for CureVac, that company you're invested in. Musk is referring to a German biotech firm, CureVac, in which Gates is an investor. The Tesla CEO was redirecting his company's resources to source and produce ventilators to aid in vaccine production. In August 2020, Gates wrote a blog post questioning the practicality of making trucks fully electric. While he didn't mention Tesla, the company does have an all-electric truck called the Semi. A Twitter user asked Musk about his opinion on the blog post, and he replied he has no clue. Essentially, Gates was saying Musk shouldn't comment on coronavirus, while Musk was quipping that Gates has no clue about electric trucks. Gates and Musk's most intense feud came when Musk tweeted and deleted an edited anti-vax political cartoon which was originally created by conservative artist Ben Garrison. In Musk's version, the cartoon depicts Gates masterminding a coronavirus response plan which includes fear-mongering, information censorship, mandatory vaccine rollout, and ends with the relaunch of Zune, Microsoft's discontinued MP3 player. Musk captioned the tweet saying, "Soon you will feel a strange desire for Zune," then followed it up with, "This is actually happening." Despite their many quarrels, there are times when the Tesla CEO and the Microsoft co-founder agree on some things, particularly when it comes to environmental issues. Gates and Musk have made many opposing statements on EVs, but in the end, even Bill Gates is unable to deny that Elon Musk and Tesla are doing their part for the environment. In an interview with NYT opinion writer Kara Swisher, the Microsoft co-founder said that what Elon did with Tesla is one of the greatest contributions to climate change anyone's ever made. Underestimating Elon is not a good idea. However, it was also Gates' belief that while Tesla is doing great work on the easy stuff like passenger cars, tackling climate change would require focus on other industries. In a CBS News interview with Norah O'Donnell, Gates said that Elon Musk has contributed in many ways. Tesla is a strong product and has forced all the car companies to follow its footsteps. Though Gates is skeptical if the other car makers can match what Musk has done for the climate crisis. Musk is willing to entertain wild ideas, Gates said. We need hundreds of Elon Musks, and that's how we'll get this done. Gates has encouraged everyone to switch to EVs, saying the world has about 3 decades to eliminate greenhouse gas emissions and prevent a catastrophic rise in temperatures. A new technology called direct air capture, or DAC, is another way to improve air quality. DAC uses chemical reactions to remove CO2 from the atmosphere so it can be used to produce carbon-neutral fuel and wind gas. This is something that Bill Gates and Elon Musk have finally agreed on. After many disputes, the two tech giants are now seeing eye to eye. They both agree that this technology for carbon removal is a climate insurance policy, and they're fully supportive of it. In fact, the Tesla CEO has issued a challenge called XPRIZE Carbon Removal, which Bill Gates has praised the efforts of. XPRIZE Carbon Removal is aimed at fighting climate change and rebalancing Earth's carbon cycle. It's a 4-year global competition that invites innovators and teams from anywhere on the planet to create and demonstrate solutions that can pull carbon dioxide directly from the atmosphere or oceans and sequester it durably and sustainably. The competition was funded by Musk himself and his Musk Foundation with a $100 million grand prize, the largest incentive prize in history. Many companies, investors, and entrepreneurs have registered for the competition. One of them is Climeworks, a Zurich-based company which has successfully constructed Orca, the largest DAC facility in the world yet. The plant, built in Iceland, has 8 air collection containers with several dozen cylindrical fans, which suck in ambient air and filter CO2 from it. The trapped CO2 is then heated, mixed with water, and pumped deep underground to be trapped in stone, where it will undergo a natural mineralization process that takes just under 2 years. Climeworks has partnered with On Power, an Icelandic geothermal energy provider which supplies clean, renewable energy to power the Orca plant. Orca's work is already impressive, but its capacity to capture only 4,000 tons of CO2 per year is an abysmal amount, according to analysts who noted that the captured CO2 is only equivalent to the pollution caused by just a few hundred cars. Jan Würzbacher, however, does not agree. The Climeworks co-chief executive said that although 4,000 tons is only a tiny fraction of the billion tons of the gas forecast by the IEA to be emitted worldwide, it's still a valuable demonstration of the technology's viability, as this is the first time that CO2 is being extracted from the air commercially and combined with underground storage. Many other DAC facilities are being built. In Europe, there is the Carbon Engineering Ltd, which is developing a plant that will extract 1 million tons of CO2 annually. Storegga, a UK company who pioneers carbon reduction and removal projects, is in partnership with Carbon Engineering to design a DAC facility that will permanently remove between 500,000 to 1 million tons of CO2 annually. However, despite these efforts, we are still no closer to our goal of reducing enough carbon from the atmosphere to avoid the worst effects of climate change. The International Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, estimated that approximately 10 gigatons of CO2 needs to be removed annually until 2050 in order to keep global temperature rise under 1.5 or 2 Celsius. This makes it clear that we need a bigger range of carbon removal solutions in addition to works that are already underway. The IPCC said that if humanity continues on a business-as-usual path, the global average temperature could increase 6 degrees Celsius by the year 2100. So, what do you think about this sudden unity between these two infamous rivals? Tell us in the comments section below.